Now we will discuss the third numerical, obtain cascade and parallel realization of the system characterized by the transfer function. Now this is the other type of the numerical where we have to go for the cascade and parallel. So this is cascade and parallel, which is different from your previous numerical. So h of z is given to us, so we have to write h of z in the what as it is, because we have to realize by what cascade and parallel form. So first of all we will see the cascade form and then we go for the parallel form. So again, now if you see this h of z, then what you see, what you observe, there are no z inverse terms. So this is very important step. We need z inverse terms, taking z common from numerator and denominator. So from each z term we will take common z. So z minus 1 z minus 0.1 will become 1 minus 0.1 z inverse. Then z plus 0.5, see here, z plus 0.5, if you take z common, then it will become 1 plus 0.5 z inverse. Z plus 0.4, it will become 1 plus z inverse 0.4 or 0.4 into z inverse. Now how many z inverse terms are here? How many z inverse terms are here? Or how many z terms are here? There are 3 brackets which are having z terms, so we get z cube. Okay, this z cube, see here, z cube. And in the numerator also we take z common, so that becomes 1 plus 2 z inverse, and this z and this z will cancel out, correct? So this z cube, we will take this z cube in the numerator, so what we get, 2z to the power minus 3, so this plus 3 is becoming minus 3, okay, and 2 is present as it is, okay. So now, so 2z to the power minus 3 into 1 plus 2z inverse, 1 minus 0.1 z inverse, 1 plus 0.5 z inverse into 1 plus 0.4 z inverse. Now we are having, now we should split as per our discussion regarding this cascade structure. We should divide h of z into smaller groups of filters. So how many h of h how much grouping we have done? We are doing, this is our first group, this is our second group, this is third group, and this is fourth group. Just we are splitting the h of z into sub parts by just multiplication. So 2z to the power minus 3, then 1 plus 2z inverse divided by 1 minus 0.1 z inverse, that becomes for us h2 of z. Then h3 of z is 1 upon 1 plus 0.5 z inverse. Then h4 of z is 1 upon 1 plus 0.4 z inverse. And h1 of z is z to the power minus 3. And now we have to realize this all h1 of z, h2 of z, h3 of z and h4 of z by using the direct form 2. Okay, again observe the steps very carefully. What we are doing, we are dividing h of z into subgroups, and how the subgroups are formed, by using the multiplication technique. That is, 2 is common, z to the power minus 3 is our first h1 of z, then 1 plus 2 z inverse divided by 1 minus 0.1 z inverse, that becomes h2 of z. As it is a multiplication, we can split this numerator and denominator because it is simple mathematics. Then the third is 1 upon 1 plus 0.5 z inverse. Then next is 1 upon 1 plus 0.4 z inverse. So that is our h1 of z, h2 of z, h3 of z, h4 of z, and 2 is multiplied to all the part. So how we can realize this? See here, realization on your screen. This is h1 of z, this is h2 of z, this is h3 of z, and last one is h4 of z. This is h1 of z, this is h2 of z, this is h3 of z, and this is h4 of z, and you should have here 2. 2 is multiplicand to all the subparts. So that becomes our direct cascade form. You can realize the cascade form just by observing this step. What we are doing, we have split h of z into subgroups, and as all the in h of z, if you observe properly, it contains 4 brackets, and all are in the multiplication form. So therefore we can split h of z into such type of subgroups. Okay, so that is our cascade form. Again, see, I will repeat it, cascade form first, then we will go for the parallel form. Okay, so what is h of z? H of z is given to us. Again, it is not in the standard form, we need z inverse terms. So what we have done, from the denominator, from each term of the denominator as well as numerator, we are taking z common. So because of this step, what will happen, we will get z inverse term, and by again mathematical adjustment we will arrive at this step. We will arrive at this step. And now our last task is to represent h of z into the multiplication subgroups of the filter. So first group is h1 of z, next is h2 of z, then h3 of z, then h4 of z. And now we have to realize these 4 filters, sub filters of h of z by using direct form 2. Again, it is a matter of practice. Just by looking the things, you will not get the concept. Again, same thing I am repeating from first lecture of this unit number 4. Unless and until you apply your pen and paper, then and then you will get the concept. Otherwise, it is difficult for you to go through this unit number 4. Now this is our first part of our numerical. Now we will move for the next part, that is parallel structure. Now what we have to do in the parallel structure, if you can recall from our previous discussion, in the parallel structure we should convert the given h of z by using partial fraction method, and we have to individually realize the filters, again sub filters, but in the form of partial fraction expansion by using direct form 2. Correct? That is our which form? That is our parallel structure. So see, in this numerical, in this solution, this is h of z is given. So what we are doing in the partial fraction expansion, we are converting h of z into the partial fraction expansion form. So we have to calculate value of a, then value of b, then value of c, and lastly value of d. See here, the first step is very critical, that in the parallel structure, so what you see, how you can remember this, parallel means partial fraction, this pp, parallel partial, correct? So when we are solving the parallel structure numerical, what we should do, we should convert the first of all, given h of z using partial fraction. Okay, correct? And you are familiar with this mathematics, I think so. But still, if you are not getting the concept, then take up your 12th class book or your diploma engineering mathematics textbook. You will get the concept of partial fraction. Okay, so this is our partial fraction expansion. So we should ABCD value, we will get ABCD value just like this, and then we will apply for h of z. Now what we are having in the h of z, again if you observe this h of z, our first step is complete, but again we don't have z inverse terms. So that's why we have to convert this into the z inverse terms. So this z is going in the numerator, so that becomes z inverse. Again z minus 0.1, so z minus 0.1, if you take common z common from this term, so what will get z 1 minus 0.1 divided by z, and this z will go for this, so what we get z 1 minus 0.1 z inverse. Okay, correct? And this, so it is in the 1 upon form, so this z will again go into the numerator and become z inverse. Correct? See, the things are very simple to understand but difficult to apply. Very simple mathematics. You know the partial fraction, but it will take some time, because partial fraction we have seen in from our class 12th, in our engineering mathematics, in diploma mathematics. So, but though it is very simple but difficult to apply, so we have to recall it. Okay, so then again we have converted our given h of z into the what standard form of h of z. Now what we get here, see, subgroups are now h1 of z plus h2 of z plus h3 of z, and lastly the h4 of z. Now in place of multiplication, you are having here addition. Okay, and this you can draw in very simple manner. How you get this? You have to see here z inverse, which, okay, I will use different pen. I will use violet color. See here, one z inverse, and this is plus, and reverse the sign of minus 0.1, so you will get here 0.1 and 140 z inverse. See, there is no 1 in the numerator, so don't draw this part. So here we get 140, that is our h2 of z. Similarly, we can draw h3 of z, h4 of z. Okay, similarly we can draw h3 of z and h4 of z. See here, the structure is like this. All the filters are operating parallelly. Very important structure diagram. See, there is no one, so no need to draw this line. If you draw this line, then structure is completely wrong. Okay, so this is nothing but the parallel structure. Why parallel? Because they are operating on the input and producing the output parallelly. Means, what is my discussion? h1 of z, it will process some part of input, it will produce desired result. h2 of z will operate on one part, it will produce desired result. H3 of Z, it will go for, it will operate from on the input, it will produce desired output. Similarly thing with the H4 of Z. And now we have to combine the effect of each filter because there is a plus sign. So therefore the plus sign in the diagram we represent by this symbol. And after adding complete results from the each filter, that is H1 of Z, H2 of Z, H3 of Z, and lastly H4 of Z. By adding all these things, what we get? We get the desired result. Okay, so this is the cascade structure for us. We will revise again the cascade structure. First of all, we are having H of Z with us. In the first part we are, sorry, not cascade structure, parallel structure. In the first form we have seen the cascade structure. Now in this section we are seeing the parallel structure. So the parallel structure, parallel partial, parallel partial. So convert the given H of Z into the partial fraction expansion form. Find out the values of A, B, C, D, all the variables that you are representing it. Write down the A, B, C, D, the values that we have calculated. Convert the given H of Z now, that is shown by this green color, again in the standard form. Again the subgroups we are having H1, H2, H3 and H4. We are realizing all the four filter structure one below the another. So H1 of Z, after that you are having H2 of Z, after that you are having H2 of Z, H3 of Z and H4 of Z. See, correct? H1, H2, H3, H1, H2, H3, H4. Okay, so that concludes our parallel cascade form and parallel form structure. Again in the cascade form, what we have done, we have divided the given H of Z into small groups, but by multiplication only. But for the parallel form, parallel partial means, first of all, H of Z, when we are going for the parallel form, we should use the partial fraction expansion. We should find out the values of all the variables A, B, C, D. Then we should convert the partial fraction expansion H of Z into the standard form, that is H1, H2, H3 and H4. And first of all we should draw H1, below that we should realize H2, then H3 and then H4. We are combining all the effects, so we need one adder at the output side, and the input is common for all the four filters, so therefore X of n is drawn like this. Okay, so that concludes our numerical. Now we will go for the next numerical.